and prime my eyelids. I'm using MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. This is great for having your eyeshadow last all day. I alternate between this and just using concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and just set that. You can use any, you can use an eyeshadow or a translucent powder. I'm just gonna use the same color powder. Into my Tartelette palette, I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade right here. Don't mind my nail. I'm gonna take this shade right here called Wanderer, and I'm taking a Sigma E40, and I'm just gonna buff that into my crease. Just going back and forth with windshield wiper motions. Okay, now going into the Jaclyn Hill Favorite palette, I'm gonna be taking this color right here, which is a really pretty brown shade. So warmer brown. Basically, when you're using purples, you don't really want to use cool tone colors because it can easily go, it can easily make you look like you have a black eye or you're bruised when using purples or blacks per se. So you want to keep your crease looking pretty warm. Go in with this orangey shade right here, the same E40, and just really lightly buff that into the crease, on the outer crease. Okay, now using a clean brush, I'm using a Morphe 504. I'm just gonna buff all that out. Okay, now going in for the lid shade, I'm going to take the Tartelette palette and I'm going to go in with this dark purple color right here called Multitasker. And I'm using a Morphe M208 brush. And just start packing it onto the lid. And if you really want this purple to pop even more, you could have laid down like a black sticky base on the bottom of it and then place the purple on top, but we're not going to do that today. And with a different brush, I'm going to be using a Sigma E55. I'm going to take this shade right here called Best Friend. On the center of the lid, into the inner corner of the lid. A Sigma E25, and we're going to go in with the shade Natural Beauty, kind of working our way down that line. A really pretty mauve-y color. And we're going to buff that into the crease, the lower crease, not taking it up too far. And this is as well smoothing all the edges from that purple color. Okay, now we're going to take some of that shade Best Friend, that purple color we used on our lid, just a little bit, and we're also going to blend that into the crease as well. Now going back in with that Sigma E40 and just buff everything out. We're going to go back and repeat the same steps over again. We're going to take that dark purple again and just pack that onto the outer lid, just because as we were blending, some of that color faded. Now going back in with that shade Best Friend and pack that onto the center. And going back in with that Sigma E25 and just buff everything out again. I'm going to take a clean flat shader brush, grab this shade right here, Free Spirit, and drag that down your brow bone just because you want to soften up those outer edges. And right here I'm using an Urban Decay brush that came with the Naked palettes. It's like a a double-ended brush right here. So I'm gonna take this other side, this fluffy side, and just buff out what we just did. Just to soften everything up. So I'm gonna take Maybelline Black is Black gel liner. Okay, take some makeup wipes and just clean up so we don't have any fallout. Okay, before we apply lashes, I'm gonna go ahead and just move on to the face. I'm gonna take Cetaphil Lotion right here as my primer. This is really similar to the Nivea Post Shave Balm because it has glycerin in it. The Nivea just broke me out really bad. I don't know why, because I got the sensitive one, but it caused my skin to have like a huge rash right here. And it was not cute. So you just want to work this into your skin until it gets tacky. It will literally make your makeup last all day. I did a wedding this weekend and the bride's makeup lasted like I think it lasted like 9 hours, she said, or more. Now once we are tacky, I'm going to take this Milani Perfect and Conceal. Do you guys hear my daughter? Go to sleep, woman, go to sleep. If we are done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and go back in to my NYX Color Correct and Conceal palette and take this pink shade right here. And I'm using a Morphe M224 brush, which is like my favorite brush to do this. Okay, once you applied that, go ahead and take your beauty blender again and buff out the edges. You don't want to drag it because you don't want to move the product, you just want to buff it out. I'm going to go in with Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Light. I'm going to take Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Neutralizer and use that to highlight my face. I would say besides the brows, my favorite thing with makeup is concealer. I just feel like it cleans up your entire look. And before we set that, we're going to tap it out again. Tap everything out, so. In here I'm using Airspun to set everything. Then I'm going to go in with the Sigma Duo Stippling Brush and just buff everything out. So going into the face, oh my god, I look like a ghost. I'm going to take the Anastasia Glow Kit and I'm going to highlight my face. I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take Dripping in Gold first. Go ahead and highlight the tops of the cheekbones. And now I'm going to take Sunburst, which is this shade right here. This is like my favorite shade in this whole palette. So sometimes I like to highlight first just because once you apply your bronzer and your contour and your blush, it just makes it look a little bit more natural and not so like stark on the side of your face. So I'm going to go ahead and contour, and I'm going to be taking the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to use this shade. I'm going to go in with this shade right here called Subconscious, and I'm taking this e.l.f. powder brush. Okay, now I'm going in with this Morphe 527 brush, and I'm going to take this middle shade right here called Shadow Play. And with this, I'm going to bronze out my skin. just a light layer. And drag it down my neck. I go back into my Airspun right here, and I'm using this Sonia Kashik brush. I'm just going to sharpen that up. To contour my nose, I'm going to go back in with the shade Self-Conscious and just carve out my nose a little bit. Going in with blush, I'm going to take the Morphe palette, and I think I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I like have an obsession with this middle shade. It's just so natural and so pretty. Now using this Sigma tapered highlighting brush, I'm going to buff this away. Do you see how much sharper that makes it look? Going back into the Tartelette palette, I'm going to take a mixture of the shades Natural Beauty and Best Friend right here. And I'm going to use the Sigma E25 and just buff it underneath. Okay, so I went ahead and applied lashes. I applied the Ardell Double Ups in 207. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take MAC Pigment in Pink Opal, and I'm going to apply this to my inner corners and along my lower lash line. I'm going to take a Morphe 167 brush. I'm going to pick some up, dab it out into the top, and then spray it with some Fix Plus. You can tell like the true extent of this pigment, but it's like a white, pink, and purple pigment. It's so pretty. So we're going to drag that up into the shadow and then down across the lower lash line. Okay, so now that we're done with that, I'm going to apply some mascara to the bottom lash line. Okay, now onto the lips. I think I'm gonna do a nude. I just don't know which nude. So we're just gonna play around. So I'm gonna take Milani Spice lip liner per usual. I forgot to apply lip balm. We're gonna line our lips. Okay. Once that is done, I'm gonna take Dose of Colors Truffle. I think I got a bad batch of this one because it's like super dry. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mix that with Dose of Colors Sand. Finish off the look using the Mario Badescu Skincare facial spray. Alright guys, that is it for this makeup tutorial slash get ready with me kind of thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I love creating it for you guys. I haven't really done a purple like matte smoky eye before, especially with the like duochrome inner corner kind of thing. And I love the way it turned out. It looks so cute with this romper. I feel like I kind of want to go out somewhere now, but I can't because it's like a hurricane outside right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you guys learned something today. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and like this video and subscribe if you want to see more from me and learn more about me. Also, don't forget to follow me on all my social media, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.